You will ask, why doesn't his poetry speak of dreams and leaves and the great volcanoes of his native land? Come and see the blood in the streets. These words echo through the verses of a poignant poem by none other than Pablo Neruda, a master of the written word and a witness to one of the darkest periods in Spanish history, the Spanish Civil War. In his work, I Explain a Few Things, Neruda paints a vivid picture of the beauty of Spain through his eyes, only to contrast it with the horrific reality of war. This poem is not just a lamentation about the loss of his dear friends, Raúl, Rafael, and Federico. It is a mournful outcry against the destruction of a nation he held close to his heart. Now, let's delve into the beauty of Spain before the war as depicted by Neruda. I'll tell you all the things I love about you, Madrid. So begins our journey into Pablo Neruda's lyrical tribute to Spain in his poignant poem, I Explain a Few Things. In the first part of his masterpiece, Neruda paints a vibrant and passionate picture of Spain. His words dance across the page like the flamenco dancers in the heart of Madrid. He speaks of the radiant sun kissing the cobblestone streets, the colorful flowers adorning the balconies, and the lively chatter in the bustling markets. His love for Madrid is palpable, as he describes the city with a fervor that only a true Madrileño could express. He talks of the city's grandeur, its soul, its rhythm, and its charm. He speaks of the plazas filled with laughter, the cafes brimming with stories, and the parks echoing with the melody of life. Neruda's Spain is a tapestry of life, woven with threads of joy, love, and camaraderie. It's a place where the aroma of paella wafts through the air, where the strumming of a guitar lulls you to sleep, and where the beauty of the Spanish language is sung in every corner. But it's not just the physical beauty of Spain that Neruda celebrates. It's the spirit of the Spanish people. Their resilience, their passion, their zest for life, it's all immortalized in Neruda's verses. He introduces us to his friends Raúl, Rafael, and Federico, not merely as individuals, but as embodiments of the Spanish spirit. The beauty of Spain, for Neruda, is not confined to its picturesque landscapes or its architectural marvels. It's in the hearts of its people, in their laughter, in their tears, in their hopes, and in their dreams. But this beauty was not to last, as the shadows of war loomed over Spain. It's a chilling reminder that even the most beautiful things in life are not immune to the ravages of time and conflict. But that's a story for another scene. For now, let's bask in the radiant beauty of Neruda's Spain. Raúl, Rafael, Federico, I must tell you the news. So begins this melancholic chapter of Neruda's tale. Picture this. 3 friends, each vibrant and full of life, their laughter echoing through the cobblestone streets of Spain. Each one a precious gem in Neruda's life, their friendships forged in the fires of youth and dreams. Raúl, the philosopher, always with a thoughtful gaze. Rafael, the artist, whose spirit was as vibrant as the colors he used to paint the world. And Federico, the poet, whose verses danced with the rhythm of life. They were Neruda's brothers in all but blood, each one a part of his heart. But then the war came. It swept through their lives like a storm, leaving nothing but destruction in its wake. One by one, Neruda's friends fell, their vibrant spirits extinguished by the cold hand of war. Raúl, the philosopher, silenced forever. Rafael, the artist, his palette left untouched. Federico, the poet, his verses left unfinished. In his poem, Neruda paints a vivid picture of his grief. Each word is a tear, each line a lament for his fallen friends. Raúl, Rafael, Federico, he writes, I must tell you the news. The world is no longer the same. With their loss, a part of Neruda died too. The world lost its color, its music, its poetry. It became a barren wasteland, devoid of the laughter and joy that his friends once brought. The pain of losing them was a wound that never healed, a scar that Neruda carried with him till the end. His words are a testament to his sorrow, a poignant reminder of the cost of war. Raúl, Rafael, Federico, he writes, I must tell you the news. You are no longer here. The loss of his friends was just the beginning of Neruda's sorrow. But even in his grief, he found the strength to write, to remember, and to mourn. His words serve as a tribute to his lost friends, an enduring testament of love in the face of loss. Come and see the blood in the streets. Come and see the blood in the streets. Come and see the blood in the streets. With these haunting words, Pablo Neruda invites us into the second part of his poem, a stark contrast to the beauty and vibrancy of Spain he painted in the initial stanzas. Neruda, with his poignant and powerful language, paints a canvas of Spain, not with the bright hues of its natural beauty, but with the dark shades of destruction, devastation, and despair. The once thriving streets, the lively markets, the bustling cafes, all are replaced with the horrifying images of bloodshed. The scent of flowers is overpowered by the stench of death, the laughter of children drowned by the cries of mourning. The poet doesn't shy away from illustrating the gruesome reality of war. His words, sharp as a dagger, cut through the veil of ignorance, revealing the harsh truth that lies beneath. He talks about the blood running through the streets, not as a mere metaphor, but as a chilling reality witnessed by the people of Spain. The houses once filled with love and warmth now lay in ruins. The beautiful gardens where children once played now serve as graveyards. The sun-drenched streets where lovers once strolled now echo with the cries of the wounded and dying. Neruda's vivid imagery is not just an artistic choice, it's a desperate plea, a call for action. It's a cry for humanity, for compassion, for peace. It's a lament on the loss of innocence, the loss of beauty, the loss of life. His words echo with the pain of a nation, the agony of its people, the despair of its children. He mourns not just for his friends Raúl, Rafael, and Federico, but for every soul that fell victim to the wrath of war, every life lost, every dream shattered, every hope extinguished. The once beautiful Spain was now a land of blood and sorrow. Neruda's words, though heart-wrenching, serve as a stark reminder of the horrors of war and the devastating price paid by the innocent. And, you will ask, why doesn't his poetry speak of dreams and leaves? Those were the words of Pablo Neruda, a man who saw the beauty of Spain ripped apart by war. He penned his grief, his anger, his longing in the lines of his poem, I Explain a Few Things. Neruda began with a vivid picture of Spain's beauty, its vibrant houses with balconies overlooking the sea, the scent of lemon blossoms wafting through the air. But this was not a simple ode to a beloved homeland. It was a dirge for what was lost. The beauty he described in the first part of the poem was but a memory, a stark contrast to the destruction that was to follow. The loss of his friends, Raúl, Rafael, and Federico, was a personal tragedy that Neruda immortalized in his verses. He didn't just lose 3 friends, he lost a part of himself, a part of his Spain. His words were not just a recounting of events, they were a lament, a cry for the friends he lost to the senseless violence of war. The destruction of Spain was not just physical for Neruda, it was the destruction of a way of life, of a culture, of an identity. His words painted a haunting picture of bloodshed and loss, of the brutality of war and the cost it exacted on the people and the land he loved. Through his poetry, Neruda gave voice to the voiceless. He used his verses to express his grief, his anger, his despair, but he also used them to resist, to protest, to demand justice. His words were not just an expression of his personal pain, they were a call to action, a plea for peace. And that's the powerful message behind Pablo Neruda's I Explain a Few Things, a poem that speaks volumes about the horrors of war and the pain of loss. It is a reminder that poetry, like all art, is not just about beauty and dreams. It is also a tool for resistance, a weapon against oppression, a voice for the voiceless.